Iowa in the chat now.
Eddie from Iowa, welcome. Glad you made it.
Open the program. Okay, just
Cynthia, where are you calling in from?
search your Chrome browser and right click on it.
Couldn't quite make that out, man. But hey, welcome. Glad you made it. Whoever got you here, they know who you are. Cynthia, White? Yep. So somebody knows you're here. They're happy you made it as well. Welcome to the team.
Hi, I'm not new here.
Oh.
I'm regular. Thanks.
Well, welcome anyway. Welcome to Tuesday night, Cynthia. And let's give, we got a couple minutes left. Let's go ahead and give the new folks a chance to say hello then. And so welcome to the RRR247 and direct-to-consumer ambassador team call Tuesday night, big night of the week. All the big nights happen, all the big announcements happen on tonight. And anytime Rory and you're going to add something to help you build your business, help you make more money, help you spread this out globally, get the message out there. It'll always be announced on a Tuesday night. So for all the new folks, if you didn't hear me earlier, then you're hearing me now. Do yourself a favor, write this down, never miss a Tuesday night call. And we love seeing, meeting, hearing from all the brand new people as well. Every week there's 20 to 30 new people joining the team. It's a great thing to see. And we love seeing all the states being represented. So if you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night call, click on that little microphone or hold down the space bar on your keyboard, say hello, and don't forget to say where you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
I am Mariella. I'm from Chicago.
Mariella from Chicago, welcome, man. Go ahead, Gil. You're muted. There you go. Go ahead. Where are you calling in from, Gil? Go ahead.
Gil from New York.
New York's in the house. Fantastic. Thank you, sir. Glad you made it.
This is Zoom.
Yeah, it's a Zoom meet. You guys just click on the microphone, anybody, or hold down the space bar while you're talking. Don't let go while you're talking, and you'll be able to say hello. So welcome, Mariella and Gil and everybody else so far. Look, let me put those two in my tally over here. Anybody else new in chat? 725 area code. Go ahead. What's your name? Where are you calling in from?
Laura Nelson, Las Vegas, Nevada. Good evening.
Good evening. Did you say Laura?
Yes.
Welcome, Laura. Glad you made it. I'm going to change your name so your phone number is not being shared with 300 or 400 people tonight. How's that?
Okay, that's great. Thank you.
Got it for you. All right. You're welcome.
Hello, Lucille from Georgia.
Lucille from Georgia. Thank you, ma'am. Glad you made it. One more. All right, let me hit the admit all button, let everybody in. We got a couple people at their audio is setting.
Victoria Stroman from North Carolina.
She's in the chat, Emilio.
I'm sorry?
Victoria, is she in the chat? Hello, Victoria, are you there?
I hope she is.
All right, hopefully she'll be able to unmute in a second. So let me just tell her out in case she's just getting here.
Okay.
Welcome everybody to, and this is going to be the last call. Welcome everyone to the RRR247 direct-to-consumer ambassador team conference call and training, the big night of the week. All the big announcements happen on Tuesday nights. So we're glad you're here. And if you're new, write this down. Never miss a Tuesday night call, please. Do yourself that favor. All the big announcements, anytime we're you're going to add something to the system, it'll always be now on a Tuesday night and never any other night of the week. Always a Tuesday night. You never want to miss that. That's your business. That's cash flow for you. Please don't miss it. Do yourself that favor. Write that down. We're going to share some great things tonight. There's a lot of great things happening. There's something really big being spread and shared tonight. But before we get going, I'm going to do one more time, give everybody a chance, and I'm going to make this last call. If you're brand new, we love hearing from the new people. We love knowing that you made it on, especially whoever got you here wants to know you made it on. If you're brand new and it's your first Tuesday night or even your second Tuesday night, like Sean's, you haven't had a chance to say hello yet, click on that little microphone on the lower left-hand corner, say hello, and don't forget to tell us what state you're calling in from, and welcome to the call.
Hello, I'm Karen. I'm calling in from Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania is in the house big time tonight. Thank you, Karen. Glad you made it.
Thank you.
Yes, Sean Espy again from Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Say hello to everybody. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Sean. All right, I'm gonna hit some of these buttons
Laura
so we can.
Peoples from North Carolina.
Laura Peoples from North Carolina. Thank you, ma'am. You are a new attendee, number 21. So Laura, thank you very much for making my story true. And I say every week there's somewhere between 20 and 30 brand new people, and number 21 is definitely somewhere in between 20 and 30. So we appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead and hit some features over here so we can get the call started. This is going to mute everybody except for my co-hosts and friends up there that are helping out. And we're already rolling with the recording. So I am going to shut down the chat until it's the right time to open it. Gil, Rebecca is saying hello. I don't know if you've seen that in the chat right before I shut this down. Okay, great. So welcome everybody to the RRR247 and Direct Consumer Ambassador, which is a big umbrella with a lot of great things happening inside of it. Our team call, our conference call, our announcement call. This is where all the big things happen. For all of you new folks, what I say, at least 21 plus brand new folks, my name is Nialetti. I'm calling in from Central Florida. That's why I thank that man so jubilantly for letting Florida, or showing up, letting Florida be announced, because I love it here. I moved here a couple decades ago. I started off in North Florida. When my kids all grew out and I had 10 acres and a big empty nest, I decided to get away from the oak trees and go down south and see more palm trees. And then I have finally settled, thanks to Mother Nature and a few other things, into Central Florida, about 40 minutes from Disney, in an area that's surrounded by, I don't know, now I'm hearing there's 400 lakes here, which means I'm absolutely in heaven. If you can't tell, you'll usually see me in some kind of a fishing shirt, because it's my passion and my pastime and my favorite thing to do other than get online and work this incredible business that we have. I've been in this industry for 35 years now. 35 years ago, ex-carpenter who hurt his back and went back to school to be an aviation mechanic, finished school. I had a wife and 3 kids that went to school with me, by the way, and it was pretty tough on everybody when you do that. But I went to school and I went right to work at the airport out there. But it was at that time in my life I was introduced to this industry. And I'm going to be honest, back then, I just needed an extra 500 or $1,000 a month, and I could spoil my kids a little more on the weekend while I was going to school, for them being so good, putting up with everything that they were going through when a parent goes back to school. And any adult parent or any adult that went back to school and you were a parent, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's tough on everybody, but we had a great time. But it was at that time in my life, I was introduced to this industry, and I'm going to tell you this much. It opened up doors for me I didn't know existed. It allowed me to meet people I never would have met without getting involved in this. And even though I just jumped in to make an extra 500 or 1,000 a month, I learned really, really quick that this industry is a lot more than that. It's a lot bigger than that. I finished school. I went to work at the airport. I was learning a lot. I went to a meeting, I think it was in Philadelphia. Somebody was just mentioning Philly a minute ago. I went to a meeting in Philly and I met some incredible people. And there was also people walking across the stage, and they were making incredible incomes yearly, but they were getting bonuses for a year-end work, right? And I couldn't believe how much money they were making. And as they came off the stage, I shook their hand and congratulated them, let them see my face a little bit, so I feel more comfortable going up and talk to them later. And at the dinner that we had later, I did go up and talk to them, and I kind of interviewed them a little bit without them knowing I was interviewing, because what I was doing was picking their mind. I wanted to find out what they knew that I didn't know. What does somebody that's making that kind of money know that I don't know? And I needed to know that. But here's what I found out. The only difference between all of them and me or anybody else in the room is they were doing it longer. That was the only difference. And I've always been a believer in when one man can do, another man can do. If this person can accomplish that, then I can accomplish that. Maybe I got to learn a couple new little skills to get to that point. But if he can do it, I can do it. If she can do it, I can do it. I'm a big believer in that. So I went home and I really dove in. I became a student of this industry and a student of the system that we were working back then. The system is the key word that you guys are going to hear a lot tonight, but you're going to hear a lot over the next several months and years and what we do. The system is what I dove into and really started working really, really hard. And what I didn't understand, I just made up for an effort. I did, 2 or 3 times more than what everybody else was doing to get those results until I understood everything, and then I could fine tune that and make it even better. And, I went to work at the airport, and 8 months after I got there, I quit. because I was already making an unbelievable amount of money with this new business. And we're having too much fun and helping people and making money at home to go clock in and work for somebody else and turn a wrench and not even be appreciated. So I grabbed my toolbox, went home, never went back. That was 35 years ago. And when I say that it opened up doors for me I never knew existed, I look back 2 years after I got involved, I was getting checks out of 18 different countries because of what we were doing. And I was now making more in 2 months' time than anybody I've ever known in my entire life made in an entire year. A carpenter and mechanic with no skills, no background, no understanding of this, no experience, no history. I just dove in and became a student. And that's what you guys need to do today to the 21 or 22 brand new people. Dive in, become a student just like I did, learn a couple new skills, and there's nothing you can't accomplish here. There's no goal too small, too big, whatever you're here for, we're going to help you do it. So I dove in, and what did it give me? It gave me time freedom, and it gave me financial freedom. Time freedom, because it gave me more time to spend with my kids. That was my driving force behind everything. I only got involved because I wanted to make extra money to spoil my kids on the weekend. But when I realized that I could give my kids a life that I never dreamt of or even knew existed, I dove in and gave it everything I had. And my kids were my driving force. My daily goals, my weekly goals, my monthly and yearly goals were all about my kids. So I dove in and I gave them a life that was just kind of magical sometimes. How many parents go on vacation, they swipe that card a bunch of times so the kids can have fun on vacation. Then you go home and you open up that envelope and you get that bill and the guilt sets in and you go, oh gosh, I can't believe I spent that much money on this vacation, right? Am I the only parent that felt that several times? No, there's probably a whole bunch out there. With this industry, once I got involved and I quit, my JOB was able to go home. I never felt that again the rest of my life. I could go take my kids on vacation or give them whatever they wanted, swipe that card as many times and never even worry about it, never even think about it. I knew that bill was easily going to get paid every single month. And that's what this industry gave me. Nothing else out there came close to giving me that kind of freedom. This industry gave me that kind of freedom because of the effort that I put into it. But it also gave me time freedom. When I say going on vacation with my kids, it wasn't just vacation. I went to every football practice and football game. I went to every volleyball practice and volleyball game. I even went to the cheer camps with one of my daughters when she was a cheerleader. And I was that silly dad on the sideline with the pom-poms trying to make everybody laugh because I just love spending more time with my kids and knowing all their friends and who they're hanging out with, right? That's important as a parent. So I had all the time in the world to do all of that. And when the high school needed a bowling coach for the travel league that they were getting into, guess who raised their hand and became the bowling coach for the high school? I did. Why? Because I could. I love bowling anyway. I had my ABC card and I love teaching kids. So when I took over the bowling team and I watched kids throw the ball down the lane and most of them went into the gutter and I just taught them a couple simple little things and they start rolling strikes and knocking over pins and turning around with that big smile on their face. It touched my heart to help all these kids, especially my own kids, live like that. So every moment I had to spend with my kids, put them on the bus, take them off the bus, all their extracurricular activities, I was able to be there through every second of that. And I know there's a lot of dads out there that lived like I did right before this industry. I was lucky to get home in time for dinner and have dinner with them because I was working so hard and working so many long hours. And it was usually give them a kiss on the forehead, tell them to go brush their teeth and go to bed and get up the next day. Those days were over as soon as I made a decision to dive in here. And I got to spend all the time with my kids I wanted. And that's a blessing by itself. And a lot of you dads know exactly what I'm talking about. That blessing is something that I can't even put a value to. But I dove in, had a great time building a business. It started locally for me. And then I got on the telephone and then I got on the internet. How that happened? I worked the system through the telephone. But one day I decided I wanted to advertise all over the country and I needed voicemail that could handle a lot of volume. They told me to go talk to this young kid named Rory Ricord. And Rory was going to set me up with the voicemail that I needed. So I finally called him up and I got this guy on the phone and I met this young man with incredible passion for a couple of things. One, mass communication. Two, a love and passion to help other people, especially young entrepreneurs that were trying to build their business and expand, because that was his expertise. not only did he set me up the voicemail that could handle all the volume, he showed me how as I built a network of people, students all around the country, I could put a message on that system and shoot it out to all of them at the same time. And I know some of the young people are going, what's so big about that? We do that every single day. Well, guess what? This was in 1992. We didn't have the internet. We didn't have cell phones. And I laugh and say, I didn't even have a pager back then. And you know what? Dial and technology back then, we didn't mix so good anyway. But fortunately, we had a guy like Rory Ricord in our corner, and his love for mass communication. When the internet did come out in 93, 94, we all started putting these 286s on dial-up in our kitchens or our offices. Y'all remember those, right? The 286 on dial-up with a monitor about this big. Usually it took two of us, Gil, to carry it in the house. Remember those computers? Right. So when we started getting online with those computers, that's when Rory really found his niche. He left the phone company, hopped online, became the first lead guru on the internet. It started off as a lead generation guru. Every entrepreneur getting on the internet needed to want to do not just expand around the country, but expand around the globe. What did we need? We needed leads. We needed people to talk to. We needed the phone name and phone number and email address of somebody else that wanted to get online and start their own business so we could help them out. That was Rory's passion, and that's what he did best. Nobody could produce the quantity or the quality of leads that this guy knew how to produce. So he became the #1 guy out there, and he's held that title ever since because he did everything the right way, nurtured every relationship he ever made, and now he was global, not just the United States, global. And he would fly all over the world in a different country every other week to help to stand in front of those people that he was working with and teach them how to do what he knew how to do. What else did we need? Websites. So Rory started building websites. We needed some place that we could send people to online with the information that we wanted to get across to them and do it 50, 100, 200, 300, 400 people at a time instead of one at a time. That's what a website was designed to do. First one he came out with, it looked like a flyer on the internet. That's what it looked like to me. I thought when we could add color to it, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread, when I could see color start going on that page. But then as Rory learned more, we started doing more. He started putting pages behind the pages, the second generation stuff. And that just kept evolving and getting better year after year. As he learned more technology, he implemented it, put it into the system that we were using, and it kept growing and it kept getting better and adding more stuff to it. Before you know it, it evolved into this thing that you guys are looking at today. 17 years ago, he started the performance blogging system, and it has done nothing but get better every single year because of the guy that likes to stay on top of the technology, stay on top of the marketplace, has an uncanny way to predict future trends of what was happening out there, and just kept everybody where they needed to be with a system that was always going to be on top of everything and as relevant as possible so we can go out there and build incredible businesses. That, folks, is the brain behind RRR247 and PBS. But guess what? He's got a partner too. He's got a co-founder, his lovely wife, Tanya. I met him the first time in Orlando, shook his hand, looked in his eyes, knew I was going to be a part of this guy's life, some way, shape, or form. I just knew he was one of those good people I needed to know. And I was right. But I flew out to Utah to meet his partner, his wife, a few years after that. And I met another incredible person, the most organized person I've ever met in my life. A young mom raising 7 kids, running several other businesses, and helping Rory get this thing put together and keep him on track, keep him on timeline so he could keep being creative as she worked the calendar and helped with the training, get this thing off the ground until there was enough people that got a hold of their vision and also wanted to take it out there and share it with other people. I knew when I met those two, how they complemented each other, that they were going to be a power couple like this world's never seen. And I was right. I've known them for 30 of the 35 years that I've been in this industry, and I've watched everything that they've done and accomplished, and I'm proud to be a part of that. I'm proud to know them. And every day, the system that they built and all of us have tagged onto to help take out to the rest of the world, sometimes I get up, Stacy, watch her face. I pinch myself and go, I can't believe we get to do this. We get to do this every day. How many of you get to wake up every morning and can't wait to get to work and clock in and start your day? I do. That's a hard thing to say, isn't it? I can't wait to get out here, turn on my computer, and see who do I get to help today. That's what we're a part of. And you folks have joined. If you're here looking for the right business that you can build for yourself, to make incredible incomes or just supplement your income. That's all you're looking for. While you're also helping other people and having a positive impact on their lives, then you found the right place. And we welcome you with open arms. Welcome to RRR247 and Direct to Consumer Ambassador. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the family. And without any further delay, after talking about the wonderful people that put this together that you're getting in business with, it's my pleasure to introduce one of them right now. I've known him for 3 decades, so I get to call him my brother because he is a family member to me. He knows my kids. I know his kids. We've traveled the world. We vacation together. We celebrated holidays together, and we go fishing every chance we get together. We've had a chance to take Stacy and Linda. What was that, 2 years ago? If there's a chance to go fishing anywhere we go, we're gonna go fishing. Yep, Rory, my brother, it's your turn to take over the microphone. And I know you got a lot of good stuff to share tonight, as well as you're gonna open up something incredible to all the guests here tonight. And I can't wait to hear any other special announcements you're gonna add to it. The microphone's yours. Where are you at?
Right here, hold on, let me see if I can.
There he is down there. What are you doing way down there? You're supposed to be up here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. I can hear you.
Hold on 1 second. All right, hopefully this is on. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. All yours.
Yeah, do this really quick.
Okay, I'm gonna go here to my headset and get my video going on here. All right. Thanks. I literally drained my battery today on my headset and I made sure it was charged up, so I had to get connected again. There is so much going on. I'm gonna go over some basics today, and I want to make sure that we're all clear on the direction we're gonna go. And I'm going to tell you, there is a massive thing that just happened. You guys are probably all aware of it. We've been talking about Brain Food Academy. It's in full launch right now. We are adding parent accounts. They're starting to come in. The marketing's kicking off. And, everywhere we go, we hear people talking about homeschool and trying to get the kids out of their public education. And there's a huge need for what we've created. And what we've created is already getting legs with some big situations, and what we have is going to solve a lot. Now, all that being said, I want to make sure I cover expectations. I'm also going to let you guys know that we have an amazing set of teachers that have stepped up to launch this with us. They see the vision, they see what this is going to allow. And I want to spend a lot of time today on the focus of Brain Food Academy. And obviously we're gonna be building pages and setting up the marketing for it. And we're gonna start doing massive marathons to build this. And this is something, it's been underway since 2017. The curriculum is freaking awesome. And I think next Tuesday, we're going to probably have some of the teachers come on. We're going to discuss some stuff as where they see it going. But I want you guys to visualize some things with me today. And so we're going to go use some stuff that you guys already have access to, and we're going to discuss it in an amazing form. So you guys got the button. We got people coming in. We have a lot of people that join us at 20 after. And because, Niall does an amazing introduction for how things are. And it's something we want everybody new to hear and understand so they know who they're dealing with. And I appreciate what that is. And then we have a lot of people that come in. But you guys, some of these days, we're going to have to start out really early into the day because we have a lot to cover. So today, so what I'm saying is try to be here earlier. By 7:10, we're going to be into the meat and potatoes of the calls on Tuesday. We try to respect the time of only being an hour, not overextending it. Today we're going to go an hour, and then if our IBO friends are on, we're going to bring them on so we can add more to that list. We're catching up on the slots. We're getting a hold of everybody, and want to make sure that we're doing that right. We covered this with the instructors yesterday. We want to make sure that everybody gets connected and gets going because it takes a while for the process to go, but the sooner we start, the better. So we'll bring them on at the end. And depending on where that's at, I may or may not read tonight because we want to get that through, but next Tuesday for sure, we'll be back to reading. And we get through all 37 chapters yet this year. So back to Brain Food Academy. This is direct to your home education. All right, I spent a lot of time with some pages on the Saturday last week. We're going to continue to spend more. And I need everybody to fully understand the scope of what we have and also the reality of what it means to you as your individual PBS business and what it means for your team and what the future can hold. All right. Now, I was on the phone today and I'm working on a bunch of the components for it. I'll be doing it after the call tonight and getting it done. We have a very, very big situation and they're going through the curriculum right now. We have everything being set up that is blowing them away. Now they're having another review because it looks to bring stuff. Well, when this comes to fruition, it is going to impact the business of hundreds of members, and it's going to impact the potential earnings for hundreds, if not thousands, of members in the organization. And that's what I want to really discuss and let you guys know what you're part of, right? Everything takes time. Nothing happens as fast as we want it to happen because we want it now. We want instant gratification. And, you know, we've been building Brain Food Academy for 6 years, over 6 years. We're near, you know, we're almost in the fourth quarter 2023. It goes quick, right? And, you know, all that being said, we were able to build this mainly because we had the number one thing that we needed, and that is the people to support it. You know, we have hundreds of teachers in our program and hundreds of, you know, nurturing caregivers, thousands total in the organization here that have stepped forward and also want to impact change in the world and be part of a big change. We get to do that in several areas. Okay. Now we put it all under one umbrella. That way we can make overhead very manageable for everybody and make the opportunity even bigger. But I need you guys to visualize how this goes together because it's going to give you that extra gear of drive so that you don't quit, that you do show up and you do stick around. You know, I'll bring it up all the time. Those who stick around get paid. I always, you know, I first learned that statement from Jim Rohn. I was bringing up a thing and he said it a little bit differently than that, but it was the gist, like, if you stick around, you're going to get paid. You know, don't quit, stick around, you're going to get paid, because if you stick around, you create a situation where opportunity can come. And sometimes it comes in ways that you have no control over. It's somebody in your team knows somebody else that knows somebody else, and they come through, they need what we have. And before you know it, they refer a big chunk of business into one of the things we have because you stuck around and helped make it happen. You kept posting the ads and drive it for that person to come in that knew that next person that come in that knew the next person to come in because you were part of the energy that made it happen. And because of how the compensation structure is set up, you're now going to get big win from that because you stuck around and did everything you knew to do, everything you were trained to do, everything that needs to happen to make it work. Ripples carry. We don't know how far they go. All we can do is create more and more ripples on a steady basis. Every instructor we have, when they add a new student, they're adding new potential. The more students we add down the left team, the more students we add down the right team, the more potential we put in. Those students might not stick, may not stick around. They may stick around, and those that stick around may take a while before they actually kick into gear. They may not get Google AdSense. They may not get that for a while. It's just a patient process. The one thing we can control when you're building an organization is to keep building. Keep finding those that want to do it now and be ready for those that want to do it later. That's all you can control, right? I don't have a button on my cell phone that says, hey, Sean's not showing up today. Push the 2x4 button to hit him in the back of the head to get him going. I don't have that button. And if I did, I would probably break it because I would use it nonstop, right? And, we give you everything to win here. If somebody here doesn't win, it's because they can't blame the system. System's infallible. They can't blame their trainers. We're infallible. Everything is built to win. Everything is laid out. There's no guesswork. Do the system, get what the system gives you, right? Do what Rory does, get what Rory gets. And the only way to fail here is to quit your business. So you stick around. Okay, so you're having a hard time learning how to write. Well, stick around, attend the trainings. We constantly train on it because it's super important. If you look at what we train on, there's a reason we train on it over and over again. It's because people need to learn this skill set in order to succeed at bigger levels here, right? We have a balance out of the business that we do. We are content creators. We're writing content. We're making advertorial style, third-party endorsements about a product or service. We have high in demand products, and then we also have high in demand kiosk items that just sell better when people find them through going through the categories. We focus on the relevant anchors. That brings traffic in. It brings potential buyers for that, sure, but it also brings general consumers. The more consumers we have, the bigger the process goes, the bigger the opportunity becomes. So I'm going to really spell out some stuff today, and I hope it hits home. And you know what? Yeah, for some people are gonna be like, yeah, Rory, I get it, we did it. That's why we repeat ourselves. We have a lot of new people. We have lots of new people here, and you've gone through episode 9, and it explains things pretty dang well, right? But sometimes having it reiterated or having it further explained makes a lot more sense. And so I wanted to really dive in on that today, and I'm going to tell you this is something I really value time-wise, because while this is key and important, we have a lot of new things to broadcast and put out. Okay, we are attracting more and more things, and years ago, because we've been doing this for a while, I remember telling everybody, when we build this right, we're going to have stuff knocking our door down. We're going to have a hard time choosing what to market, what not to market. We're there. We're already there, folks. And I was on the phone today with one of our family members. She's been here for a while, and she's set up a pretty prominent online business with some great items that we actually don't have a direct relationship with. I'm super excited to get it added, and she understands how we operate and respects that. And we're going to be rolling things out. I'll give you guys a heads up. We're going to be redoing the entire training process again to update it, because WordPress just came out with updates, and I just read the things that are coming up next update, and it's going to look differently. I mean, they're making things better, but change is always change. We just got to learn to adapt to it. But I'm going to need to redo the training at some point from scratch all over. The same thing, just updated so that it literally matches page for page what people are going to be modifying. We've gained a lot of ground in anchor offer, number 1 and number 2 and number 3. And so I'm actually doing some rewrites. I'm making some modifications, and then I'm going to need to do a whole new training. That's the high quality issue, right? A high quality issue. Nothing's going to change on how we back up stuff. That remains constant. How we build the pages, where the toolbars are, there's some changes, right? These are adaptations of what already is there, and there'll be another one, I'm sure, in years to come. Change is constant. All right. The one thing that we can control, though, is what we do consistently. And, there's a lot of money to be made by just building your PBS and just marketing your PBS to gain customers. But you can never make more than a leverage situation, because once you gain leverage, you gain the ability to expand the potential possibilities past what you can do individually. We can always make a lot more money on the efforts of a group or a community than we can individually. And I'm going to go a little bit spiritual here. I don't see anywhere in my understanding of studying the Bible and going into literature of old, from learning from our ancestors, where doing something by yourself was the best way. I've just never seen it. And so I've also seen where building, a tribe or building a small group to work together to sustain growth is always preached, taught, talked about, executed, and works very well. I don't think we were ever meant to do anything solo by ourselves. I honestly believe at the very core that we are to do things together in groups to learn from each other. 2 brains are always better than 1. 10 brains are always better than 1 or 2 or 3. And, at some point, you get it to where you can really make a difference in changes. And when I've made my biggest decisions in life, and I brought in trusted people to help make that decision, my decisions were always more sound and had a lot more merit for success than the ones I did by myself, without realizing all the angles and seeing all the stuff that I missed before. We have our own perceptions on things, and we might think they're right, but they may not be right enough. And our intentions might be great, but without the right resources and understanding, we can make a mistake without realizing it till later. The more heads involved, the more we can learn from other people's experiences to go. And my biggest business decisions have always come from a brain trust. I bounce it off different angles. And I have a great team of guys that I've built relationships with that help me with this, and I help them with theirs, that come from different perspectives. And I value those perspectives, right? And they keep me weighted down in different areas, and they always have the different, you know, scenarios where it's like, hey, did you think this out? And it's been very, very beneficial. When we built this, it was never meant to have somebody just do it on their own, ever. You know, and it's meant to be a team effort, a community effort, right? And you guys have all heard, you know, there's strength in numbers, right? You can break a toothpick easy, but if I give you 100 to break, you probably can't break it. And if there's thousands of them together, bounded together, you're not breaking through that. That's what we strive for. And even online in marketing and presenting our message, our keyword direction, the more of us doing it, the stronger it becomes. Consensus is real. Consensus is also what's guiding and dictating the I guess the sovereignty of the blockchain, right? And Web 3.0 is based on the blockchain. There's a reason. It's not one source of compliance or one validation, it's multiple validations, and by the masses they can depict what's right so that nothing can be fooled. They built it so it can't be basically violated. It can't be broken. It is literally built so there is no trust worries, because there's no ways to not trust it. That is the strength of numbers. Consensus. We're doing the same thing that we just see work everywhere else. You know, success leaves clues. If it works here, it can work somewhere else. If it doesn't work here, it's probably not going to work somewhere else too. You know, everything has a logical path, or it should. All right, I'm going to wet my whistle. I'm drinking tea because I'm on the phone all day. Guys, we are in just a perfect growth situation, and we're seeing it. Normally we slow down during the summer. Even our lead gen is piping. You guys, the paid marketing here is unbelievable, and the value is vast. All I say is receive it, eat as much of it as you can, pay it forward to others, and duplicate the process and watch what happens. Okay, I'm gonna go to a visual display, and let me share my screen, and then we're gonna go in a couple of things. So first, before I explain the growth, where everything is at, I want to make sure everybody's clear on a couple of things. So let me share my screen. This is what it looks like to log into your back office of DTC Ambassador. Now, as you guys may know, I'll pull this up, dtcambassador.com. You're going to see a graphic change here. We're going to remove the wine image here shortly. I actually thought it was done today. But Brain Food Academy, direct-to-consumer ambassador, and then residual affiliate marketing. And this is what you guys know as Cash Network Direct. This is RAM. Okay, now there's a long history which created this, that tied everything together. We still work with them, but our branding is RAM, residual affiliate marketing. It's a very real thing that we have. You know, with almost everything we market, with very few exceptions, and the exceptions are because they're like a one-time purchase or a one-time financial event, we get paid on the initial purchase that we direct from a customer and any subsequent purchases ongoing. We focus on very high in demand consumable products. So when they order them every month or every other month or whenever they do, we get paid every time for hooking them up the first time. The value of us connecting is real here, okay? Now, we solved the biggest problem, which is a business without a customer isn't a business. In capitalism, that is the number one issue. We solve it. We get paid very, very well for doing so. And every relationship we bring in, unless it's, you know, a one-time thing that makes sense, very few exceptions, we bring them in here on a residual basis. It's a win-win scenario for everybody. We're building the brand, we're building the loyalty, we're going to get paid ongoing. We're not off to the next flashy thing. We're loyal to the brands we represent. They're loyal to us, and it works out great. Okay. And we're going to have more and more relationships that way. Now, DTCA has the Wine of the Month Club underneath it. It also has, you know, Brain Food Academy, which we have its own brand, but it's all tied to that. And all the commissions are built underneath the direct-to-consumer ambassador plan. the binary system. And we're going to talk about that in detail here. But this is where everybody logs in. And this is where you have access to your one of the month account. You have access to everything else. And I'm going to show you a login here. Now, the reason I'm going to show you this one has all the access points for an instructor, for GSI and above, and so forth. So I'm going to close that down. And let me move this over here. Hold on. Okay. Everything here I'm going to walk through. We, as of this Monday and as going forward, you guys, these have been tested out. If you're an instructor, you will access the instructor calls on Monday through this link right here. It'll take you right in. If you're an instructor and you log into your DTC Ambassador back office and you don't see this join instructor call, that means we missed something on your account, let your instructor know. But this is for all instructors in training and instructors that have filled out the NDA that have access to our proprietary trainings we do on Mondays. And in order for you to access them, we're not doing a roll call. We're not verifying things anymore. You log in through the DTC Ambassador link and go right in. Now, we had a glitch in the programming. We thought it was fixed. It got overridden and we tested out. It's all great now. So the instructor call on Monday will operate this way. Also, starting anytime now, we're going to be moving. Actually, we'll start Monday. As of Monday, all the V-marketing trainings done Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday will also be done in the same path, in the same here. We're going to move everything there. That way, only instructors have access to that. Then we can be very, very good about how we train. It's not open to the public. It's controlled by our access points through here. That starts Monday. Okay. So through Saturday, fine, but come Monday, all the marketing training, other than what we do on Saturday. Saturday we'll keep where it's at, where everybody comes in, because that's where people learn it. But for instructors, Monday through Friday, all the training that we do on this, which we do 8 hours every day, will be accessed through this link. GSIs, if you're a GSI or above, you'll access the GSI call, which follows the instructor call on Mondays when we have them, which is almost every Monday. You'll access it from this link. Okay, if you're a teacher, you'll have access to our curriculum. It's going to be right up here. There it is, Brain Food Curriculum. And I'll give you a small glimpse. Here it is. Grade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 12 is being updated like right now. You guys, these are incredible. Okay. All the stuff that's here, everything that we cover, it's an amazing curriculum. The teachers are going through this right now. We got them doing some final proof checking, starting to upload inventories as far as worksheets and teaching aids and so forth. Everything, you guys, is being built into this, and it's amazing. If you guys saw how big the databases are for this, it is mind-blowing how it is a large curriculum. And this is all part of Brain Food. It's here. The teachers access it this way. Teachers get access to building and the marketing. They also get paid for the students they're training. They get compensated from everything as well. All right. And especially this first year, I'm gonna declare it. We're taking extra care of them through their MSIs and their support links. We're going to work on different marketing to help benefit them as they're building this first year. This first year is critical. Once we get the initial curriculum for the first year done and it's recorded and the content's there, we just became even better as a value for the students coming in, because if they miss a lesson, they can go back, they can go ahead, they can literally get access to the curriculum throughout the year and give them options to keep up and to travel and do whatever they do. We're building that. And we're also building the student base up. It's going to pop. We already know it. We just got to get the word out there. So we're going to market this very heavy, but I want you guys to see this is where it's at. And this is where the teacher accounts get access to it. And it's right here. And then obviously, we have our Vortex system and stuff that they'll have access to as well in here, but I'm just pointing this stuff out. We're in the teacher system now. I'm going to go home. And I don't have the Vortex system. We're going to go here. Everything is here. Now I'm going to, I'll point out the binary viewer. And you got the left side, you got the right side. That's what we're trying to build. And I'm going to go to a different look and perspective on this, but I want you guys just to see what's going on. It's real. Okay. Now, you guys, we're marketing to Brain Food Academy. Oh, let me go back to this. Hold on. It's right here. Guys, this is it. And it is unbelievable how much work has been put in here, all the content that's here. We're doing massive SEO. We're turning that on. It's going to feed the rotation of Grand Cruz. And, everything is being updated. 11th and 12th is being put on now, but we got K through 12 done, guys. They're just buttoning it up there so we launch on the 28th. I mean, it's coming quick, right? 13 days, classes start. And we have our different programs. We have our ambassador program here. Let's see if that's even set up yet. Yeah, this is all being set up for the marketing we do. You guys, all this stuff is just coming together. All of it. And I'm going to go to the 12th grade. I want to see. Yep, it's all there. I'm so happy, guys, on the stuff that we're teaching. We got a lot of things going out there to get a lot of attention to this. We're attracting the right type of attention. And you guys, we're going to be able to educate the globe with this system. The globe, everybody around the world can have access to it. And we're not trying to educate the entire world, though we're setting it up to really expand. And, it's remarkable when you look at percentages. If we get, and I was going over this with Daniel today, and I'm going to stop the share for a second so you guys I can look at you. 1% of the homeschooling population would be 37,000 students. And that would be 1% of the homeschooling population. Not looking at the population looking to get away from public school and that, just existing homeschool. Inside existing homeschool, they're always looking for a better way, a better system. There's a lot of parents that are very overwhelmed doing the education. To have a teacher come in and do it is a very awesome answer and something they don't really have access to. There's unbelievable things with what we're offering. We got to get the word out, get the message out. But when you get a community involved, you get one person in the community involved, it can spread. You literally can have one parent sign on that then refers the entire neighborhood. That's what we're talking about. I need you to understand the potential and why we drive. Now, at the core minimum as an instructor, you do everything you can to bring in 2 to 3, 5 to 10, however many new students a week or a month on a steady pace. You don't know what they're going to resolve and bring in. You don't know what the ripple effect of them coming in and seeing the opportunity and them talking, posting it, putting it out there, what it's going to create. What I can tell you, though, is the bigger your organization is, the more potential there is for things to happen. And those that stick around get paid. And those that quit get nothing. Quitters always lose. It's why you shouldn't ever quit. It's a bad habit to be in. You guys, I have had a great life because I just don't know how to quit. I've had things, even looking at RRR247, guys, we had to put a lot of money in the first 8.5 years. We weren't making money. We were putting in millions over that time to build this direction. I didn't think it would take that long to get it to snap in. I didn't. But I also knew I wouldn't quit. I knew I had to figure it out. I was doing things that no one else had been able to do before. And now that we're here and we've got this built, it's allowed us to add so many other solutions and to make the world just a better place by what we're doing. And we just get a press. So let me go back to sharing my screen. I'm going to come back here. I want everybody to understand in your DTC Ambassador back office, we have 3 join links. We have the wine join link. We have the ambassador join link. And we have the parent account join link. And that's where they're all located. That's the links that tie them directly to you, puts them in your database. They're tied to you. In this is the wine ambassador one for them to sign up for wine of the month, right? This is our wine program. It's all under the DTC ambassador label. They'll agree to our privacy policy, which keeps us up to date with all the requirements out there online. They click their state. They agree they're over 21, they join the party, right? And they become a customer or an ambassador. That's what we've been used to using. That's actually all roads lead to wine. This is the path that created the party. Okay. That's the link we use on all our wine pages. That's where it's at. Here's our Brain Food Academy. This is the ambassador join link. An ambassador is going to go into the Brain Food Ambassador program or Brain Food Academy program. We call it Brain Food Ambassador. And they get to market the wines, they get to market everything else that we have. But this is for those that are coming in to be a teacher, and we can make anybody a teacher, whether you're a wine ambassador, we can make you a teacher if you're part of the wine program, or if you're not. Either way, if you're part of DTC ambassador and you came in through the Wine of the Month program, or you come in this program, you can market everything that we have. You know, depending how we're presenting to teachers, you know, a lot of them drink wine. It makes sense. They can always, you know, add it later, but it's not that complicated. Everything is under this roof, the roof of DTC, RAM, Brain Food Academy, and our Wine of the Month Club, right? And we can add other programs down the road when we solve things or see that's there. I'm not gonna, you know, right now we got plenty to focus on. That's what we do. But in a circular motion, we can add other things too, right? It all adds up. So whether we're selling all the different kiosk stuff, that's adding volume we all get paid on. I'm going to talk about that. Or we're just doing the wine, or we're doing the academy, or we're doing a combination of everything, which is what we all should be focused on. It's all building our incomes in our team compensation. Okay. This comes in here. They're going to select the same thing. You know, whatever state they're in, we're going to start opening up these countries on the Brain Food Ambassador. We can literally open this up big. That's going to happen soon. We're going to be focusing on Australia, all these other different areas. There's a lot of things being put into place, but right now we have a US curriculum. We're focusing on anybody that wants the US training, and we're going to start expanding from that just in due time in language support and everything else as well. But they come in here, they select the country, right? They come in here and they're going to literally come in here, and all they're going to just be signing right up for the 250 ambassador sign up, the back office, and the Vortex. That's what they're coming in for. Very simple, very clean. Okay. That's what they're coming in for. And we are creating videos to explain the teacher application, what they get access to, what it means, so we can put that on our pages that we market. But these are the links. This is where the sign up comes from. And you guys, Brain Food Academy has its own training day. We call it an open house. We do an open house every Wednesday at 5:30 Pacific, 6:30 Mountain, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern, right? On the same channel we're on now. That is the Brain Food Academy open house. That is discussions about Brain Food Academy as far as a parent and as far as, you know, bringing teachers in. It's really an open house to meet the teachers. Teacher compensation is done in our other trainings. We cover all that. This is open house to explain the education, get to know the teachers. And we want to really highlight the teachers and put them out there for everybody to see. They are our proud asset, right? They're our family members that are stepping up to teach and educate the students that come into the platform. We're going to be putting the heavy emphasis on that. We're going to be creating heavy pages and marketing and different angles to get the word out there. And guys, we're giving away kindergarten as our marketing. It's a door to bring people in. They can get a free parent account and they get free account for kindergarten. The only time that they ever start to pay is when they start having a student in 1st to 12th grade. Then they pay. But if they come in to get kindergarten and learn how to go, we want to show them how it is, and that is something we're going to be offering. And we're going to be offering those accounts globally. Learn English, get access to the kindergarten program here, and we're going to put that out there. Okay? We're going to put a lot of emphasis on that marketing. We're going to go out there and really work the Ascension game to start getting, you know, kindergartners and preschoolers involved in this new way of learning. Okay. Brain Food Parent Link. This is what it looks like. It coincides with the whole system that we have for Brain Food Academy, which is, again, separate entity, but it's all under the DTC ambassador umbrella, compensation plan, and everything. If you're an ambassador, you have access to market this and participate in this completely. So the access point in here, you know, they fill this out. Now I'm going to tell you, if you have the Vortex system, And whether you have it or not, they're going to come in, they'll be tied to you, but the Vortex system is running to let everybody know when new things are, to release information. It's going to notify people, but they can set up a parent account to get access to the curriculum as far as the structure was there for free. The only time they pay is when they actually enroll their students. If they enroll them in kindergarten, no cost. If they enroll them in first grade, second grade, third grade, they're going to need to upgrade the parent account, and they're going to need to, sign on to things and get there. That all starts here in relatively a couple days. But if you have the Vortex system, especially, right, even the 1495 version, and you have a friend or you have somebody that responds that they're interested in looking at the homeschool thing, make sure they fill this out. You can even fill it out for them. Once they do, they're tied to you by their email address. So if they enroll this year, next year, 5 years, they're tied to you. And when they go into the Vortex system connected to Brain Food Academy, they're not going to see anything else, only Brain Food Academy. Now, when they come in from our standard Vortex way, they're going to see everything we have to offer. It's all or contained by Brain Food Academy. That's how we have a program. We have control of that. And, so you might have a sister that's thinking about, educating her kids at home. You key her information in, submit it. You can let her know she has access to see the account here. She'll get notified, but she's tied to you. That's the most important part of what we're doing, is getting them tied so we can drip on them, let ascension marketing happen, let them see different things. They're going to see all the stuff that we're all posting out there. Let it happen. Okay. Back to this. I'm going to go here to episode 9. Okay, this is episode 9, or you can you can also access this from the master page. So step 1. So when all trainings at RRR, right? RRR247.com/RRR. You go to step 1, which is the master page. Do this first, do this second. Do this second takes you to episode 9. And on episode 9, it's going to be this, right? And we got a little video. Then I have a 2-hour video that walks you through all of this. And then we have an awesome video at the end that Jackie does that really understands how all the circular marketing, all the circular ways of marketing work together, what our business costs are, what our income is, and the potential of that. And I'm going to just scroll up to this because the visuals are already done. I don't need to draw them out over and over again. They're here. And, everything that we have, you really can base it on the binary compensation plan. And a compensation plan is how we get rewarded for the efforts we do, right? We have a very awesome setup here in RRR247 where we have a utopian process. Everybody rises up. We take care of everybody. You show up, we show up. Tanny and I and our philanthropy with you as partners fund your paid marketing. You're no longer stifled if you don't have money to market. In any other business, that's why you're going to fail. 85% of the failure rate is because you don't understand knowledge, know-how, or you don't have the capital to do the marketing. We cover that for you. It's a big deal. So everything we have in the compensation, focus on the binary. Left team, right team. Now, I marked this in purple over here to show you your support team. So in this situation, the left team is being built by your instructor and their team that's helping build that side. Okay, they're building that with you. You're going to learn how to build that, and then you're going to take resources that we provide for you and everything you do with your own PBS and how we do all the different marketing legs, and you're going to start supporting that side, and you'll be building the other side. And I have like gray is the people you're bringing in, and then obviously the ones your team brings in are here. So you get to grow this side, you get to grow this side. You have a team helping you here, so you can put in theory you can put a heavy weight, like you can do 25% on this side, 75% on this side. That's a great ratio to be in. And for an example, and you're building out the teams, and depending on the program, DTC ambassador, you get upwards of 22% of the lesser leg. Bella Vita, you get $30 a cycle, which is based on basically a 1/3, 2/3 ratio. This is a 70-30, pretty much the same, a little more generous on it, but they're very similar. You want to build the left team, you want to build the right team, you want to help them do the same, and the more we help build that, the better. And we're only talking, you bring in a few customers a month consistently, you can create incredible incomes, right? You only need a few customers to hit break even and start going towards positive profits. And it is so awesome when you understand it. But what I want to do is have you guys visualize where the commissions come in, because we're not just talking about one thing, right? We build an anchor 1, we build an anchor 2, we build an anchor 3, and Savings Highway Global has a slightly modified system, but for right now, we're just going to focus left and right. It's pretty much Savings Highway Global is a 3x12 compound. You want to bring in people, and you can. It doesn't matter where you put them; they're going to stack in your matrix. You get paid based on that. You want to get upwards of 10 plus personal, so you can open up all 12 generations. We have people making thousands a month already. We've only been doing it for 4 months. Okay. DTC, we have people making 6 figures. Velavita, we have people making 6 figures a year. We are constantly growing and seeing a massive evolution and change. But I'm going to just focus on a little bit of access to the potential this brings in as far as DTC ambassador by itself. So obviously we're building all the components, but let's say that we bring somebody in at this position right here and they're an instructor. Okay. Now I open up this visual. They're an instructor right here. Okay. Now, if they're an instructor, they're going to be able to modify and market they can modify their pages, market everything they want. And let's say that their own personal consumption is 50 BV in wine of the month. Okay. They're getting their 4 bottles a month. That's 50 BV. Well, when they go and market the kiosk offers, okay, they get paid an average of 10% on direct commissions. And then there's BV assigned to that that's paid out to the team above. So if they sell, like, let's say they sell $1,500 worth of protein popcorns, the scarves, the other products we're bringing on, the meats, everything that we have. They say they sell $1,500 in a month. They're going to receive like $150 commission for that. And then there's going to be another 150 BV added to the position that rewards everybody above. It can really, really add up. Now, when they enroll a customer inside Brain Food Academy, the kiosk sales don't get added as a position. The kiosks just get added as commission and volume created by that position. So it benefits everybody above. However, when they sign up a customer or a teacher ambassador or anything in the Brain Food Academy program, the parent accounts, just like a customer account in the Wine of the Month Club, get a position below their position and helps them and everybody above them. So when you bring on a parent account, that's 50 BV. Every student account above kindergarten is 40 BV a month. So if it's a parent account and 1 student, that's 90 BV. If it's a parent account and 2 students, it's 130 BV that would be on that customer account here. It brings in a lot larger potential than just like a Wine of the Month Club, but it adds up, right? And we're going to have some that might have multiple positions. They might be a customer and all. That all builds the volume here. Now, if you refer a parent, and this parent says, hey, I want to refer some friends and colleagues into this, or hey, I got a great homeschool group. I'm testing this out. I like it. I want to bring them all on. And they bring in 10 customers. They're going to, if they're not part of the business side, they're just part of the customer side, and they refer those 10, well, 3 and free. And we're going to be covering that in the literature and the stuff that's there. It's not present right now, but it will be. But 3 and free, they're going to get a reward of the free monthly account. They'll get credit for their contract of $99 every time they have 3 accumulative, just like we do Wine of the Month. They're not combined, they're run separately, but the same concept. Hold on. If you bring on one of those parents and they refer 10 people and they start referring others, because you're talking something that's very social, very connected, or they bring on a military base and that military base brings a lot of people, all that volume benefits everybody above the team on that side, everybody up. And, you know, if you have a great team on one side and a great team on the other side, that's how you maximize. But if you guys, the potential of what somebody can bring in with education is just a massive addition. There's no additional cost in our overhead. It's one more thing for us to market. It's also something that people gravitate to and are going to want to look and listen to because it's a buzz. It's a major buzz right now. And there is so many problems in education and perception of education. People are absolutely open to it. It's a great keyword to play in. We're going to have a lot of fun with it, but we also have a great solution. And it's just one of the things we have. But I wanted you guys to understand this. I was talking to some students and they didn't quite grasp why I was so excited about the leverage that it creates. It's, we're all building in this binary, a left and a right team. And we get credit for everything down to the ground, right? There is like a max point or something. It's so large, it's even hard to talk about, but you literally get credit for everything down the left, everything down the right. And there is a max out point like anything. And, but it's so big, right? It's so big. I can't remember what the settings are on it. It's like, I can't remember. It's like 250,000 or, yeah, it's a big volume amount. Okay. Velavita has one too. Velavita, you can only get credit up to 5 million on one side. I know we've maxed it out already. And then you got to crank out the other side and it just flushes out. And there has to be a limit because of the compression and the math that's involved, but it's a big limit on both. And I bring this up because you might have come in here and you stuck around here for a year, 2 years, 3 years, and this team starts going, and all of a sudden, Mary Beth here brings a friend in that just really brings in a lot of people. You don't get that unless you stick around. And the more opportunities we present, the more opportunities for that to happen. There is a thing called exponential growth. I've seen it. I've helped create it. We're doing the same things to create it right now in DTC Ambassador, in Velavita, and Savings Highway Global. And exponential growth means you have so many people involved in your team, in your network that you're benefiting from, that the growth starts happening. Crazy numbers, 10 a day, 20 a day, 100 a day. Whether you do anything or not, it's growing on its own, and it starts going literally a viral growth mode. And before you know it, you have hundreds of thousands to, you can even get, literally the potential is for millions in your organization that you're getting override percentages on based on the compensation structure. That's why you build it, you stick around, and you do everything you can to add to it and add the ripple effects to bring stuff in. And the odds are the person that's going to make the biggest difference is going to be a referral of a referral of a referral. You got to just keep feeding it, right? That action you do, that ripple effect will reach out there to bring somebody in. Odds are it's somebody that somebody knows that you brought in because you did that extra effort to bring him in. You did more V marketing on Wednesday than you thought you had time. Something changed, and you said, I'm going to put more time on that focus because you did that extra effort. You bring in somebody that's tremendous. It's always extra effort that gets paid off, but consistency is key. In consistency, you're going to be doing the right things to attract the right things, right? Your consistency as a leader to keep growing, it gives this person hope to finally kick in. Maybe they got to get life organized. They got to change priorities. They have things going on that they got to swap out so they have time to do it. Well, they're going to be more excited to do that as they see the growth happen and they watch the system build. It's a whole thing. The broke mentality wants to see proof. Well, we got to show them proof. We step up and do what we say and grow and let them know that we're growing. We're showing them proof. We want them to get involved. And as long as they stick around, they show up on these Tuesdays, we can help them to see the brighter side of a wealth mentality where we have opportunity that you've got to go create it yourself to get it. But we're funding your marketing. We're getting rid of all the reasons for failure other than you showing up and doing the work. And I wanted you guys to visualize this is right here on episode 9. And you can sit there and you can even daydream about it. Like, well, what if I bring in Brett and they bring that stuff in? What happens when they grow all this big? And it's not going to happen unless you start bringing people in. And, you got to balance out both sides. No one gets a free ride. But you can get a 50% ride with your team building. And, and you guys, we had that VIP system. And VIPs that are here, you guys are seeing it. VIP path, we got people that are working and slamming all the time to build that. And we just get you involved to start building the other side. Everybody has access to it. You got 2 teams. Everybody can start building consistently. And the bigger you make it a priority, the more you're adding to it. And the ripple effect of what you do grows. I've always driven at a high level and I attract that. But also, the more I show people that works, the more they stick around. A lot of our leaders here today are because I did what I said I would do. That's how this works. right? We pay it forward and pay it forward and pay it forward. And before you know it, it's going to, the more you help others, the more you get back. The system compensates us that way. I wanted just to spell this out there because, maybe you're not, in a situation where you have kids that you need homeschooling or you have grandkids there. It's not a big concern for you. It's a concern for others. Push it out there. See what it does. All right. We get to change the world in any way we want when we apply things. All right. We're already taking the best message about true fine wines to the world. Lots of room for that. Right. Now we're doing education. We're also doing all these, other things that we have. We have a savings program as SHG that the world doesn't know about, right? We're marketing key things in demand and desired. All right, let me stop my share. All right, I don't know if they were going to come on today. We had a big showing on it. Let's see.
I do not see either of them.
Yeah, I thought they might not come on. We did such a good time last time. No problem. All right, I'm going to go to read my book. I'm going to stop this. Stacy.
Yes, sir.
You've been around for a long time. I know we've had similar conversations. This isn't new, right? This is me being a broker. Oh, we do got Louis here. Yes.
Oh, yes. He put his last name on, Louis.
Okay. I'm not going to read. We're going to go right to Louis time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to stop this recording. You guys, we'll see you guys on the training. I'm going to stop this recording and go right to IBO hour. We're going to make sure everybody's here, answer any questions, make sure we get the list. You guys, when we fill out that list, that helps us follow up with them. Instructors, make sure we're getting them added to the IBO board. Make sure we're getting them connected with Jim on Skype. And then that way we can get them in the sequence. And then we have a way to follow up on everybody. All right, let's this is awesome. All right, Louis. Awesome. I'm glad you're here. Is Jerry here too, or just you?
It's just me today. Jerry's on a flight back to Florida.
Okay, awesome. Hold on 1 second.